First, the top headlines. Normal classes for schools will resume from November 25. Armed poppy cultivators confront police village volunteers in Makhan. Six more arrested for attacks on elected officials' property. Total rises to 41. Mpox outbreak prompts WHO to maintain global health emergency. "37 killed, over 100 injured, Asia Sunni clashes rock Pakistan." And Putin vows more hypersonic missile test. A very good evening. You're watching the Primetime ELITETV English News and I'm your host, Ragina, giving you the news in detail. Normal classes for all the schools in Manipur, including aided, private and central, will be resumed from November 25, that is tomorrow. An order issued by the Director of Education as L. Nandakumar has mentioned that all zonal education officers under the Department of Education schools in Manipur have been directed to take up necessary action accordingly, the press release added. MP of Lok Sabha Angomcha Bimolakoism has said that the present situation of Manipur will be tabled in the coming session of Parliament. He said this during a press meet held at the residence at Kaisamthong. He further said the recent killing of innocent 6 villagers of Jiribam, including 3 children, was very unfortunate and highly condemnable. At this critical juncture, imposing precedent rule cannot solve the conflict, he added.
Multilinguistic, multi-religious group. If you started arranging administration on the basis of such communal, parochial identities, there is no end to it. No, India has suffered. Many scholars have called it balkanization of the Northeast. You must also remember that the State Reorganization Commission of 1956, or the reports of 56, it came, was warning against this kind of identity, community-based, communal-based, project of creating administrative units. So I think it's a wrong suggestion. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, genuine grievances of the people must be addressed, and let's see whatever institutional mechanisms can be evolved. However, any mechanism based on ethno-nationalist exclusivist identity is unacceptable and should be rejected outright.
The relay hunger strike organized jointly by Uripok Apunba Lob and Uripok Apunba Nupi Lob and Uripok Canteen Crossing has entered day 9. Speaking to media persons, President of Uripok Nupi Apunba Lob, P. Joystree, said that until and unless to deliver justice to the innocent 6 villagers of Jiribam, including 3 children, the agitation will be continued.
Become Nakraba Tawai Taruto, a day to the Quaka, Boina, Siki, agitation, Sarah Henbegi, Putang Sarah Henbegi, Quisansan Panim, Aduna Siki Matang, State Gomena, India Gomena, I see a two with a Ming, Zanghaning, Zanghaning up the Zang Dirkadi, Akuisu, concerned authorities in Sida, Aquina, legal Goiva, action, Aquina, Tazaragani, Kuki ani nupi ani pare tawraga sakhiba matamda Bharat ki Prime Minister na national leaders singna India da leriba film star celebrity singna yamna akoi sibu handaba thak ta khalaga kaino ma negative comments mayam ma khoi phangi ba matam jo khoi yam ikai ki adubu akoi na su mukhoi ani gi da kaino molest to ki haiba wafam do akoi si so amoina mara pa bi amoina nupi amoina akoi na condemn tok jagi ba.
A violent confrontation erupted in Manipur's Kangpokpe district when armed poppy cultivators allegedly confronted police and local volunteers during an anti-narcotics operation, highlighting escalating tensions in the region's fight against illegal drug cultivation. The incident occurred on November 20 at approximately 11:30 a.m. when members of the Makan village, accompanied by the additional superintendent of police Kangpokpe and over 30 police personnel, attempted to destroy illegal poppy plantations. The planters, wielding guns and weapons, rushed devilously to the volunteers and the police team, stated the Makan village authority in their official press release. The confrontation resulted in the destruction of equipment meant for destroying poppy plants, forcing both police and volunteers to retreat. The Makan village authority expressed particular concern about the police response to the situation. The additional SP Kangpokpe and his team literally running away from the hooligans was a complete mockery of their arms and uniform, the statement noted. The village volunteers were present on dual missions, guiding police through difficult terrain and showing support for the state government's war on drugs campaign. The incident occurred despite prior communication with the superintendent of police Kangpokpe. The Makan village authority has issued an ultimatum to the government demanding action within 4 days. We give the government a period of 4 days to destroy the poppy plants from Makan, Liangmai, Nagaland and arrest those cookie poppy cartel groups, the statement declared, warning of potential democratic protests, including transport disruptions if their demands are not met. Manipur police arrested 6 individuals and apprehended 1 juvenile for the alleged involvement in damaging properties belonging to elected officials on November 16, marking significant progress in the ongoing investigation. 3 suspects were taken into custody on November 22 in Kakching district: Mayanglangbom Harrison Singh, 28, Wahengbom Samson Singh, 32, and Yengkhom Chandrasekhar Singh, 57. The following day, police detained 3 more individuals in Imphal West: Mutum Rosin Singh, 28, Laishram Bizoy Mitay, 21, and Jamson Tokchom, 20, along with 1 juvenile. The total number of arrests related to the November 16 property attacks has now reached 41, according to police officials. These incidents are part of a broader pattern of unrest that has gripped the northeastern state. This development follows earlier arrests and coincides with heightened security measures across Manipur. Law enforcement has established numerous checkpoints and increased patrols along major transportation routes to maintain order and protect essential supplies. The property attack occurred against the backdrop of wider tensions in the region, including recent violent incidents and ongoing political disputes. Local authorities continue the investigation while maintaining enhanced security protocols across affected districts. Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Bhadra said on Saturday she looks forward to being the voice of the people of Wayanad in Parliament and thanked Rahul Gandhi for showing her the way and having her back always. Her remarks came after she took an unassailable lead of over 4 lakh votes in the by-election to Wayanad Lok Sabha seat in Kerala. Priyanka Gandhi secured over 6,17,942 votes in the Lok Sabha by-poll for Wayanad, defeating her nearest rival Satyan Mokari by 2,09,996 votes. BJP's Navya Harida secured 1,09,202 votes. Taking to her X handle, the Congress General Secretary wrote, "My dearest sisters and brothers of Wayanad, I am overwhelmed with gratitude for the trust you have placed in me. I will make sure over time you truly feel victory has been your victory, and the person you chose to represent you understands your hopes and dreams and fights for you as one of your own." Expressing her gratitude for UDF colleagues, volunteers and workers, Gandhi said, "My colleagues in the UDF, leaders from across Kerala, workers, volunteers and my office colleagues who worked incredibly hard in this campaign. Thank you for your support, for tolerating my 12-hour a day, no food, no rest, car journeys, and for fighting like true soldiers for the ideals we all believe in. She also thanked her family for the support. To my mother Robert and my two jewels, Raihan and Miraya, no gratitude is ever enough for the love and courage you give me. And to my brother Rahul, you are the bravest of them all. Thank you for showing me the way and having my back always. Assam Gana Parisat President and Assam Minister Atul Bora praised Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership following the BJP-led Mahayuti Alliance's resounding win in the Maharashtra Assembly elections. In a post on X, Bora called the victory as testament to the people's overwhelming trust in Modi's governance and vision. On behalf of the Assam Gana Parisat, I extend heartiest congratulations to the Mahayuti Alliance, BJP, NCP, Shiv Sena on its resounding victory in the Maharashtra Assembly elections, Bora stated. This landslide win is a testament to the people's tremendous faith in the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he added. Bora also commended the people of Maharashtra for reaffirming their belief in the Alliance agenda for progress and prosperity. He highlighted the global recognition of Modi's visionary approach and its impact on shaping India's future. The BJP-led Mahayuti Alliance, which includes the BJP, Shiv Sena, and NCP, won 230 of the 288 assembly seats. The BJP secured 132 seats, Shiv Sena 57, and NCP 41. The opposition Mahavikas Aghadi suffered a severe blow, with the Congress winning only 16 seats. Uddhav Thakere's Shiv Sena 20 and Sharad Pawar's NCP just 10. Prime Minister Modi celebrated the victory at the BJP headquarters, crediting the people of Maharashtra for rejecting negative and dynastic politics. He criticized the Congress, calling it a parasitic party that not only struggles to win elections independently but also undermines its allies. Assam Congress President Bhupen Bora remained optimistic despite the party's defeat in all 5 assembly by-elections held in the state. The vote counting was completed today, November 23, with BJP and its coalition candidates winning by large margins. Speaking to media, Bora said, "We may have lost today, but we are motivated to work harder. Our efforts will pay off, and in the upcoming elections, we will definitely emerge victorious." He further added that the way the people of Assam met us victorious before, we have also faced defeat. We accept both victory and defeat with humility, but today the media has not highlighted an important issue. Bora took a sharp dig at Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, accusing him of focusing on national politics over the welfare of Assam. For the past 4 months, Sarma has been acting as a part-time chief minister. He was sent to Jharkhand, Telangana and Karnataka but was unsuccessful in all his ventures. If the BJP has sent him to Maharashtra, they would have lost there as well, he said, criticizing Sarma's political engagement outside the state. Bora, while acknowledging their defeat, also emphasized the progress Congress has made. "We congratulate Priyanka Gandhi on her victory in Wayanad. We received strong support in Sidli and Behali, and we are confident about contesting the BTR elections in 2025. The people of Assam and BTR believe in Congress and they will help us win," he said. He also mentioned while Congress lost in some constituencies, the party gained significant ground in others, adding, "In Dholai, we improved by over 30,000 votes compared to June 2024. We exposed the BJP's corruption and failure to deliver on their promises." Talking about the pre-poll violence in Samaguri, Bora expressed regret over it and alleged illegal voting. "We have filed complaints with the DC office, the police and the election commission in Delhi," he said, referring to reports of people from Samaguri casting votes in other states under questionable circumstances. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma expressed gratitude and satisfaction over the by-poll results in the Gambagur Assembly constituency, calling the outcome as testament to the people's commitment to development. "The results align with our expectations. We are deeply grateful to the people of Gambagur for their support and trust," he stated. Dr. Mehtab Chandi A. Sangma, wife of CM Conrad Sangma, scripted history by clinching the Gambagur seat with a significant margin of 4,594 votes. Her victory shattered Congress' stronghold in the constituency, which had been a bastion for over a decade. This win marks a milestone for the National People's Party, which had previously struggled in Gambagur. In the 2023 Assembly elections, the NPP failed to secure even the runners-up position, with Congress and the All India Trinamool Congress dominating the field. Congress heavyweight Saleng A. Sangma had held the seat for 3 consecutive terms since its formation in 2013 and earlier from the now merged Dalamgiri constituency. Saleng vacated the seat after his victory in the Tura Lok Sabha elections earlier this year. Dr. Mehtab Chandi's triumph is particularly remarkable as it marks her debut in electoral politics. She successfully defeated seasoned contenders like Sadhya Rani M. Sangma of AITC, who has contested the seat twice before and is currently a member of District Council in the Garo Hills Autonomous District Council. Sadhya Rani is also the wife of former State Minister Janet Sangma and the sister-in-law of Mukul M. Sangma, leader of opposition and former Chief Minister of Meghalaya. BJP's Bernard N. Marag, another MDC and a prominent political figure, was also in the fray. Despite his efforts, he could not replicate his second-place finish from the 2023 Assembly elections in South Tura, where he contested against Conrad Sangma. Jingyang May Marag of Congress, a close aide of Saleng A. Sangma, finished third in the by-polls. Despite Congress' historical dominance in Gambagir, the party failed to regain its foothold. Air India Express has announced increased flight operations from Guwahati, Agartala and Imphal as part of its winter schedule. A statement mentioned that the low-cost airline announced operations marking the airline's expansion of winter services across the country. Air India Express has increased its operation to 106 weekly flights from 63 last winter from Guwahati. It provides direct connectivity to 8 domestic destinations of Agartala, Bengaluru, Chennai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Imphal, Jaipur and Kolkata. The airline also provides one-stop connectivity to 18 domestic destinations and 6 international destinations from Guwahati. In Imphal, the airline hiked its weekly flights to 34 this season, an addition of 20 over last winter, the statement said. Since adding Agartala as a station in September 2024, the airline has increased its weekly flights from 14 to 21 and connects 2 destinations, Guwahati and Kolkata, directly. It also offers one-stop connectivity from Agartala to 11 domestic destinations. Chief Commercial Officer Ankur Garg said the expansion not only facilitates easier travel for those wishing to explore Northeast, but also strengthens Guwahati's role as a vital link with the rest of the country. With our fleet now exceeding 90 aircraft and rapidly growing, we are well positioned to support the evolving needs of emerging Indian cities, he added. The Thado NP organization, which claims to be the apex body of Manipur Thado tribe, on November 23 has urged the center, state governments as well as leaders of all communities to unite and the violence in the state. In a statement, the Thado NP claimed that its members are the most affected and most silent victims in the ongoing conflict in the state, yet they continue to advocate peace. It said that peace is needed to end the untold sufferings of the people and in the interests of Manipur and the nation. Responding to the statement by 10 Kuki legislators that some fringe elements claiming to represent Thado and Mar are pitiful at its best, the organization wondered if those MLAs are engaged in anti-Thado activities. Several of those legislators belong to the ruling NDA in the state. The Thado NP claimed that it makes no sense to demand sacking of a government or a separate administration while continuing to support or be part of the same government. It is also accused those 10 MLAs of being more into the pursuit of political opportunism rather than interested in mitigating the sufferings of the people. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Sri Sri Gaurachandrai Namha Purbrasanda Ikoi Kwaibu Konbiramba Sri Yendrembam Kumar Singh Namagi Nuksi Jarbat Manung Sagai Natai Amadi Marupang Kwaipun Puthadok Lamlaga Haukiba Tang Tarataret Nomazin Mita Sri Gurugi Kripadi Ves Olga Sri Krishna Sektina Das Habanam Fangjaduna Pindapal Prapti Oikre Lakliba Tang Kunithoi Rain Mita Asti Sanjay Lokotraga Lakliba Tang Kuntra Tanzanumita Srada Din Tokle Walakasi the Brahman Besnap Ahalaman Marupang Ekona the Sakang Hodraba Kwaipun Matam Chan Lingbirtuna Harinam Servant Tobiranaba Paujenjari. Paujenjari Basing, Srimati Yendrembam Ombi, Damayanti Devi Sardharmini, Sri Yendrembam Iboyama Singh, Machanupa, Sri Yendrembam Robin Singh Machanupa, Srimati Yendrembam Ombi, Bina Amina Devi Mamunupi, Srimati Yendrembam Ombi, Dayasori Devi Mamunupi, Yendrembam Davhina Masunupi, Kurai Awang Kongpal, Laisum Laikai.
Diabetes ko loy na hingliba sing tha magi manungda control to bangamle. Urea creatinine wangbasu tha magi manungda hantaba ngamle. Kong hamba nungay tebasu numit mga nigi manungda fahan bangamle. Pile saibadi nung sang nabasu chama da chama fahan bangamle. Cholesterol wangba numit kunida normal oy bangamle. BP wangbasu tha magi manungda normal oy bangamle. Fatty liver oy basu tha magi manungda fagat han bangamle. Pumnamag natural oy ba hidak makhalna laying jabani. Hakchang da sokadaba side effect amata laite. Makhata na hidak chabagi mathaw su tararoy. He na kupa parol gidamak ngasimak lengsin birau Diabetes Hospital Soybam Laikai Ayang Pali Road opposite Karkinos Jennings Hospital Porompat Imphal East near Punjab National Bank.
Live tharadi miyamda asengba adu haibiyu. Dukan yaura akanda masidadi offer laite na soidana hairakani. HG Cassette Gallery da amutang lingshin birau. Online price da mobile khudimak loina phangbigani. Hojik se wana ba matamnina loan gi khudong chabasu aikhoi gi maikai dagi pizari. MI gi phone laiba singi su lucky draw leizai. Chahi loramdai asida adom gi daw adu yabra haina amutang yengbiu. Car bite mobile na jingba sing phawa yana leiri. Ningol chakau bagi special offer gi mathakta aikhoi gi store gi oina su lucky draw tawjari. Lucky draw asigi first prize na 32-inch TV, second prize na induction, third prize na rice cooker ni. Singjamai supermarket ta laiba HG Cassette Gallery da lengshin biraktu na khudong chaba ase lawbi ho.
Makhal kaya gi award phangaba HG Cassette Gallery ni. Chahi tara gi mathaktagi HG Cassette Gallery na mobile store asida matam nga chanaba mongda offer amadi discount kaya piduna lakchari. Sale khudong cha double su loan da mobile lawbi ba yagani. Discount piba khatang natana lucky draw tawduna miyamda khudol kaya am su pijari. Miyamsu Singjamai supermarket ta laiba HG Cassette Gallery da uktang lingsing birau. Loina na HG Cassette Gallery gi Facebook page asibu follow tawba singi onasu lucky draw amasu thamjari.
Welcome back. You're watching ELITETV English News. Former Vice President Southern Sporting Union SSU Sija Guru Mayum Indramani Sarma was passed away on Monday the 18th of November 2024 at his residence at Brahmapur, Nahabam, Baman Laikai. Today, a condolence meeting chaired by Sanahal Sharma, Vice President SSU, was held at the premises of the club on 24th November 2024 at 10 a.m. All the members and players present in the meeting observed a 2-minute silence in mark of respect for his departed soul. His contribution and invaluable service to the club will never be forgotten. His departure leaves a substantial void in our club. He was 76 years old and survived by his wife, 3 daughters and 3 sons. The union expressed condolences and deepest sympathies to the bereaved family and pray that the departed soul may rest in eternal peace. Union Minister Kiren Rijiju has emphasized the Bharatiya Janata Party's strategic success in dismantling the Congress narrative during the recently concluded Maharashtra Assembly elections. Rijiju asserted that the grand victory of the BJP-led Mahayuti alliance reflected the electorate's rejection of the Congress ideology and reaffirmed faith in the BJP's governance and development model. Taking to social media, Rijiju remarked the grand victory of the Mahayuti alliance in Maharashtra is a symbol of the citizens' unwavering faith in the continuous development work of BJP. This victory is a proof of the dedication of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and the state government towards the common people. He extended his congratulations to all the workers and leaders of the Mahayuti alliance for their relentless efforts in securing this decisive mandate. Earlier, during an election rally at Sakoli PCC President Nana Pato's seat, the union minister launched a sharp attack on the Congress party, accusing it of undermining the constitution and disrespecting Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's legacy. Rijiju asserted that the Congress must apologize to the nation for its action, which he termed an affront to the principles upheld by the architect of the Indian Constitution. The Congress party has no right to talk about the Constitution and Baba Saheb Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. They must tender an apology before the nation for attacking the Constitution and Dr. Ambedkar. Rijiju said in a strongly worded statement, "The family first party can never make our country great," said the union minister. Rijiju further criticized Congress for failing to recognize the Adivasi community. The contribution made by the Adivasi community towards the nation independence was never given any recognition. PM Modi announced November 15 as Janjatiya Gaurav Divas to commemorate the brave tribal freedom fighters. A measured dispute erupted between street vendors and Meghalaya Tourism Minister Paul Lyngdoh over the contentious issue of hawker relocation from Kandailat, with vendors staging late-night protests and challenging the minister's consultation claims. The Meghalaya and Greater Shillong Progressive Hawkers and Street Vendors Association strongly refuted Lyngdoh's statement about vendor consultations, calling them willfully misleading. Vendors demonstrated their opposition by continuing to operate until 11 p.m. on November 23, demanding proper implementation of street vending laws. Activist Angela Rangat, speaking on behalf of the association, stated that the minister's statement were entirely fabricated and reflected a worrying lack of understanding of the law. She highlighted that heritage markets such as Kindailat could not be classified as no vending zones under the Street Vendors Act of 2014. While Minister Lyngdoh maintains that extensive consultations occurred over the past year through a committee led by Deputy Chief Minister Sneo Valangdar, the association insists they were never part of these discussions. The vendors argue that any relocation decisions must involve the town vending committee, which requires 40% representation from elected street vendors. The association has taken an unusual step by offering to conduct a training session for Minister Lyngdoh and other officials on street vending laws and urban design practices. They warned that any forced evictions could significantly impact Shillong's urban economy, where street vendors play a crucial role in employment and revenue generation. Tripura Chief Minister Manik Saha will inaugurate Tripura Tourism Promo Fest 2024, the first ever tourism promotion festival in the state in the Gomati district on December 3. The festival, which will be held in 4 popular destinations till December 14, aims to increase tourist footfall in the state by 39 to 50%. Tourism Minister Susant Chowdhury said Chief Minister Manik Saha is settled to inaugurate Tripura Tourism Promo Fest 2024 on December 3 at Narikal Kunja in Gomati district. He said musical concerts involving local bands, traditional costume shows showcasing the culture of the tribes of the state, and an indigenous food festival will be organized during the program. Various events will be organized at Nirmahal Water Palace in Sepaj Hijala on December 9, while several other programs will be held at Drampui Hill in North Tripura district on December 11, he said. Chowdhury said the main program will be held at Vivekananda Ground, Nagatala from December 12 to 14. Our main objective is to promote the state's tourism, culture and heritage not only at the national level but also internationally. We want to increase tourist footfall in the state by 30 to 50%. Around 40 top tourist operators of the country will be invited to the festival, he said. Eminent playback singer Shreya Ghosal will enthrall attendees at the closing ceremony at Vivekananda Ground in Agartala on December 14, he said. Prashanta Badalneji, the director of the tourism department, said a program will be held on various aspects of the tourism sector in Tripura, in which tourist operators from outside the state will take part. Sikkim, renowned for its breathtaking landscape, has once again transformed into a winter wonderland, with the state receiving the first snowfall of the season. The popular tourist destination Somgo Lake and the picturesque Nathang Valley, known for its serene beauty, have received fresh layers of snow, captivating both locals and travelers. This fresh spell of snowfall has enhanced the state's allure, drawing an influx of tourists eager to witness the snowy landscapes and indulge in winter activities. Local authorities have advised travelers to prepare for the chilly conditions while ensuring safety measures and adhered to during their visit. Global health officials have reaffirmed the emergency status of Mpox amid surging cases and the emergence of a concerning new variant. The World Health Organization's decision follows the spread of the aggressive clade IB strand beyond African borders into Europe and Asia. Cases have skyrocketed in Africa with over 46,000 suspected infections reported this year. The Democratic Republic of Congo bears the heaviest burden, accounting for most of the 1,000 plus suspected deaths. Health authorities have detected the clade IB variant in multiple countries, including the United Kingdom, Germany, Sweden, and India, marking a significant expansion of the outbreak's geographic reach. The virus spreads through close contact and causes flu-like symptoms with characteristic lesions, poses a particular threat in regions with limited healthcare access. While typically mild, severe cases can prove fatal. Responding to the crisis, health officials have expanded vaccine options. Bavarian Nordic's vaccine received approval earlier this year, followed by KM Biologics emergency use authorization in September. Despite criticism over vaccine distribution delays, WHO officials emphasize vaccination as crucial to controlling the outbreak. The organization calls for international cooperation to strengthen vaccination campaigns and boost public awareness efforts. Let's take another short break. We'll be right back.
Mobile furniture na lagliba wedding season asigi anau contemporary wedding set furniture sing puduna lakchari loina na Manipur ihan hanbo oina wedding set laibiba matamda 24 karat ki 5 gram ki gold coin free gift oina bizari mayam lengsin biraktuna mobile furniture ki 3rd edition the great wedding sales gold offer asi pre-booking tobiduna khudong jaba silobi ho
offer asi akupa information khambina bagi damakta sangai product laiba mobile furniture la lengsin biro
네, 가봐. 포토 좀 띄우면
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯩꯀꯥꯏꯗꯗꯤ ꯅꯣꯡꯂꯩꯒꯤ ꯉꯥꯛꯇꯅꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯏ ꯃꯊꯛꯇ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯊꯤꯕ ꯅꯣꯡꯂꯩ ꯀꯧꯕ ꯑꯅꯤ ꯑꯃꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯎꯔꯝꯅꯤ
ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯤ ꯀꯌꯥꯒꯤ ꯐꯤꯗꯝꯅꯐꯝꯕꯨ ꯇꯦꯝꯁꯤꯡꯅꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯤꯑꯣꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯍꯟꯊꯣꯛ ꯂꯩꯍꯟꯗ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯈꯨꯟꯅꯥꯏꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯏꯆꯥꯕꯨ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯆꯥꯅ ꯀꯟꯕꯤꯔꯛ
Welcome back. You're watching ELITETV English News. Fresh sectarian clashes have left at least 37 dead and 103 injured, with casualties rising every passing hour in the Kuram district of Pakistan's northwest Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. The latest violence comes as a retaliatory offensive by Shia militia groups after Thursday's massacre of 47 Shia Muslims when unidentified gunmen attacked a convoy of passenger vans from Parachinar. As per available details, a fresh sectarian clashes started early Saturday morning in Kuram district with a large number of gunmen targeting surrounding villages with heavy arms, turning entire villages into rubble and setting homes, markets and government buildings on fire. The attacks were carried out by Shia militant group Aviation, which had vowed to avenge the killing of Shias on Thursday. It was their people who attacked the villages and burnt everything. The death toll is still rising, said an official in Kuram district. Another eyewitness of the carnage confirmed that he also saw charred bodies of at least 6 attackers. Reports indicate that the attackers have also kidnapped women with the tribal elders of both Shia and Sunni sects in the district, sending out messages to intensify attacks. Reports of clashes are still coming in from at least 3 different locations in the Kuram district, while the Tal Sada Parachinar highway remains closed from Kohat district. With the ongoing clashes escalating and intensifying, a provincial government delegation of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa departed from Peshawar to Kuram district to review the law and order situation. The helicopter carried a government delegation composed of KP Law Minister, Chief Secretary and Inspector General of Police. The delegation met with the local administration in Kurram district, but while it was on its way back, the helicopter reportedly came under gunfire. However, the chopper was able to make a safe landing in Peshawar. The situation in Kurram district continues to become more critical. Sunni and Shia sectarian clashes have left close to 100 dead and about 200 others injured in a span of 48 hours. There are no signs of any breakthrough in ensuring peace in the area, with both sects vowing to inflict bloodshed, chaos and carnage against each other. Kurram district had a history of sectarian violence. In September, at least 60 people from both sects were killed in separate incidents, according to Provincial Governor Faisal Karim Kundi. The Shia-dominated Parachinar area, which has seen bloody confrontational clashes with the surrounding areas of the Sunni majority in the past, saw police vehicles and security checkpoints being set ablaze by protesters on Friday as roads were blocked by stones and burning tires. The protesters in Parachinar also demanded immediate opening of the border with Afghanistan amid worsening situation, shortage of food, medicines, fuel and oxygen. This year has become the worst year on record for deaths of aid workers, with 281 deaths globally, the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs said on Friday. Humanitarian workers are being killed and an unprecedented rate their courage and humanity being met with bullets and bombs, said Tom Fletcher, Under Secretary General for Humanitarian Affairs and Emergency Relief Coordinator. This violence is unconscionable and devastating to aid operations. States and parties to conflict must protect humanitarians, uphold international law, prosecute those responsible, and call time on this era of impunity. OCHA said record fatalities also were recorded in 2023, with 288 workers killed across 33 countries. Stefan Dujarric, chief spokesperson for UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, lamented last year's record was topped, and it isn't even December. The Humanitarian Office said that the more than 320 humanitarian personnel killed since October 7, 2023 in Gaza is driving up the number of global fatalities. Xinhua News Agency reported many were killed in the line of duty while providing humanitarian assistance, and most were staff members of the UN Relief Agency for Palestinian Refugees, known as UNRWA. OCHA said that most of the humanitarians killed around the world this year were local staff members working with non-governmental organizations, UN agencies, and the Red Cross or Red Crescent movement. High levels of violence, kidnappings, injuries, harassment and arbitrary detention of aid workers have been reported in Afghanistan, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, South Sudan, Ukraine, and Yemen, among other countries. Russian President Vladimir Putin on Friday promised more combat-less firing of an experimental hypersonic missile fired at Ukraine as Volodymyr Zelensky appealed for updated air defense system to meet the new threat. The latest statements from the leaders came hours after Ukraine's parliament shut down over heightened fears of a missile attack. A day after Moscow fired the new missile at the Ukrainian city of Dnipro, Putin said there would be more tests of the new Orange missile. We will continue these tests, including in combat conditions, depending on the situation and character of the security threats posed to Russia, Putin said in a televised meeting with military chiefs. Russia would also begin serial production of the new weapon, he added. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said Friday they were already looking for updated air defense systems from their allies in response to the new threat. The European Union, the US, and other wealthy countries raised their offer of climate funding for developing nations to $300 billion a year at COP29 on Saturday in a bid to unlock increasingly tense negotiations already a day into overtime. The UN Climate Summit has been due to finish on Friday but ran into extra hours as negotiators from nearly 200 countries who must adopt the deal by consensus try to reach agreement on a funding plan for the next decade. It was not clear if the revised offer would be enough to lead to a deal, but negotiators from developing countries and island nations on Saturday aired frustration over a process they said was not inclusive and temporarily walk out of talks. A $250 billion proposal drafted by Azerbaijan's COP29 presidency on Friday was dismissed as woefully insufficient by developing countries reeling from the soaring cost of storms, floods, and droughts fueled by climatic change. COP29 has laid bare divisions between wealthy governments constrained by tight domestic budgets and developing nations, while past failures to meet climate finance obligations have also made developing countries mistrustful of new promises. The new goal is intended to replace developed countries' previous commitment to provide $100 billion in climate finance for poorer nations per year by 2020. That goal was met 2 years late in 2022 and expires in 2025. 5 sources with knowledge of the closed-door discussion said the EU had agreed it could accept the higher number of $300 billion a year. 2 of the sources said the United States, Australia, and Britain were also on board. A European Commission spokesperson and an Australian government spokesperson both declined to comment on the negotiations. The UN delegation at COP29 and the UK Energy Ministry did not immediately respond to requests for comment. With no formal update yet of the deal draft from the COP29 presidency, the mood was tense among negotiating groups. There is no clarity on the way forward. There is no clarity on the political will that we need to get out of this, said Panama's elite negotiator Juan Carlos Monterrey Gomez. Representatives from the least developed countries and small island nations blocs walked out of the negotiating room in frustration, but said they remain committed to finding a deal. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitetv.in or 940-289-0982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram, and X for more information about the channel. Before we wind up, let's have a look at the top headlines once again. Normal classes for schools will resume from November 25. Armed poppy cultivators confront police village volunteers in Makhan. Six more arrested for attacks on elected officials' properties. Total rises to 41. Mpox outbreak prompts WHO to maintain global health emergency. "37 killed, over 100 injured. Asia-Sunni clashes rock Pakistan." Putin vows more hypersonic missile test. That's a wrap. Thank you for tuning in and keep watching ELITETV English News for more updates. Thank you and have a good night.